It's your boy EJ. Welcome to Just a Boy in His Camera. What a month it's been. Not really, not even. Well, almost there. It's almost December 10th. So almost a month ago, the nominations for the 66th annual Grammys was released. And I've been looking at this list, steaming over this list, rereading this list, and I'm ready. I think don't eat me alive, but I didn't think I'm ready to go ahead and do my predictions for 30 of the 94 categories. You already heard me talk about it before in another video where every voting member is not diversified in all the categories. Well, I'm one of them. So I'm not going to just be throwing darts at a blank, target just to try to predict all 94 categories. No, I'm going to keep it to 30. I'm going to keep it to what I know, what I understand, and feel comfortable with making my prediction. Now, it is never easy to identify or guess what the Recording Academy is going to do when it comes to voting. All we know is the Grammy airs and we be like, whoa, or we be like, yeah, or we be like, didn't see that one coming. So the Grammys have more than on one occasion surprised the audience with their choice of who took home the gramophone. But regardless, the 2024 ceremony for the 66th annual Grammys will take place February 4th when music's biggest night recognizes the best of the best. And here today, I will break down, like I said, 15 of the 30 categories. So this video will have 15 of my 30 categories that I will be breaking down. So let's go ahead and get started with the first category. So, disclaimer, I will be looking off screen because I did type up all the categories because that's a lot to remember, right? I'm not a robot and I don't have AI helping me. This is all me. You're getting the real EJ, all right? So bear with me, but have fun with me. So we're going to break down Best Music Film. The nominees in this category included David Bowie, Lewis Capaldi, Kendrick Lamar, Little Richard, and Tupac. Heavily stat category. But what I noticed along the trends for the Grammys is a lot of concerts don't actually win. A lot of them, you gotta dib and dab and commentary and back scenes and shit they didn't knew about, right? The Grammys knows it. They want to know something. They want to learn something they ain't never known before. And as when you're researching these films, there's one standout. It's been nominated at many different shows and actually won at many different shows. So because of the critical acclaim and precision about this film, my top three, though, I'm always going to give you a top three. So I'm always going to give you a top three of each category to let y'all know that if I don't get the right winner, if one of my top three is a winner, I ain't slow. I knew what I was talking about, but the Grammys, went a different route, all right? So my top three for Best Music Film is Tupac, Little Richard, and David Bowie. And ultimately, I'm picking David Bowie to walk out of the Grammys with this award, which probably won't even be on air, so he'll probably get it off air. So he's gonna, and it might be before the show. So he may not walk out with it, but he's walking out with it. Best Music Video has some great nominees and some fan favorites among the Grammys. The 5 nominees that are nominated for Best Music Video are The Beatles, Tyler Childers, Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar, and Troye Sivan. My top three to take this award home are between the Beatles, Tyler Childs, and Kendrick Lamar. While Billie Eilish is a Grammy favorite, to me, the video was just boring. I didn't get it. It did resonate with me. Sorry. She could very much win it. It's just, it wasn't for, I didn't get it, so she didn't make my top three. And then Rush video seems a little bit too vulgar and forward thinking. It was a lot of partying and ass showing. It might not be the Grammys taste, all right? So then Tyler's video resonates with the military, so that's always a popular theme. And the Beatles, they don't have all their members still alive, so their creative way of putting them all into a video for a music video should probably be rewarded. You know, that takes time and effort and definitely a lot of editing. And then you got Kendrick Lamar. Very vulnerable in the video, talking about some real shit, all right? And so when the Beatles versus Kendrick, I'm down to these two, and I'm ultimately going to pick Kendrick for his vulnerability and to basically be able to take the meaning of that song with them visuals and package a strong emotional tied video, all right? If you haven't checked it out, check it out. That's a good one. But the Beatles is my number two choice because I do think it takes a lot of effort and time and creativity to put 5 members that are no longer, not all of them dead, but not having all 5 of the original members in, but still have the 5 original members recognized in the video. That is an art, okay? Best song written for visual media. This was the category I talked about that has 4 of the 5 nominees going to the Barbie soundtrack. Now, I personally do not think the Barbie soundtrack songs are going to win in the higher level categories. So they're going to have to take their respective wins at the lower categories. That's just my thought process. But with 12 nominations, the Barbie soundtrack is definitely going to take some prizes home. The nominees in this category included Barbie World by Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, Dance the Night with Dua Lipa, I'm Just Ken, Ryan Gosling, Lift Me Up, Rihanna, and What Was I Made For, Billie Eilish. Rihanna is the only non-Barbie song here. But for this particular category, you got Grammy favorite people, Grammy favorite artists nominated. You got popular culture artists nominated. So who do you pick? I personally, my top 3 to pick to win this award were Barbie World by Nicki Minaj, Lift Me Up by Rihanna, and What Was I Made For by Billie. Now, Rihanna hasn't dropped new music. Didn't drop new music for years. So I think this was a very positive comeback song. Nicki been doing her thing nonstop and has yet to receive a Grammy. But I do think Billie Eilish is a winner before in this category. She is a Grammy fan favorite. The song is nominated for Record of the Year. I just say Billie Eilish is going to be celebrated and given her accolades for this song in this particular category. So the Grammy for Best Song Written for a Visual Media will go to Billie Eilish. Best Soundtrack for Visual Media, I'm not even going to go into depth. It's going to be Barbie. Got 12 nominations. Not going to go no further. Also, Best Compilation for a Soundtrack, I'm giving it to Barbie. Barbie is sweeping, okay? All these lower categories, it's the Barbie movie soundtrack. So I'm going to skip that too. Now we come to the Best Audiobook, Story and Narration Telling Recording. This is a phenomenal list of nominees. It includes Meryl Streep. This is her 7th nomination in this category. Can she pull it out? Well, you got Rick Rubin. You got Senator Bernie Sanders, and you got a past winner, Michelle Obama. I have narrowed it down to Michelle Obama, Rick Rubin, and Meryl. However, Rick Rubin is a multi-Grammy winner for producing. His name recognition is there. My final two, I don't think Meryl's going to take it. Michelle can probably squeeze this out, but I'm giving it to Rick Rubin because I think his name recognition among the Grammy voters will possibly put him just a little bit over Michelle. So I'm going with Rick on this one. The best comedy album. I love this list of nominees. Black Excellence at its best. Trevor Noah versus Chris Rock versus Wanda Sykes versus Dave Chappelle with Sarah Silverman sneaking in. No, she ain't sneaking. She's a good one too. Best comedy album. Chris Rock used to be a winner, baby. He was knocking them down and taking names. But while he is in my top three, along with Dave Chappelle and Sarah Silverman, ultimately, Dave Chappelle has never lost this category. He's been nominated 4 times and he's won 4 times. And I think he's going to go ahead and get his 5th. I am not going to speak it into the air that he's losing his winning streak. So Dave Chappelle will walk away with his 5th Best Comedy Album Grammy. Best Alternative Music Performance nominees include The Arctic Monkeys, Boy Genius, Lana Del Rey, and Paramore. My final 3 choices are The Arctic Monkeys, Boy Genius, and Lana Del Rey. Stat category, Boy Genius and Lana Del Rey are nominated all up and through the Grammys. It's hard to choose, and I personally just like this song maybe a little more than the other. So I am picking Lana Del Rey. She will get her first Grammy this ceremony, and I believe this will be the category that Lana Del Rey walks away with as a winner. The Best Alternative Music Performance. Best Alternative Music Album. Once again, we have the nominees seeing Lana Del Rey, Boy Genius, The Arctic Monkeys, 4 Gorillas, and PJ Harvey. Now, because they got nominated for Album of the Year, I've narrowed it down to Lana Del Rey or Boy Genius taking home this award. And then ultimately, I do feel the Grammys are going to award Boy Genius over Lana Del Rey, as Lana Del Rey doesn't even have any Grammys, even though she's been a past nominee. And I don't think she's going to get it in this category. I do believe Boy Genius will go ahead and take this. Because ultimately, I also think they're not going to win Album of the Year. So one of their albums should get recognized in this lower category. And I believe it will be Boy Genius walking away with it. Best Rock Album sees us with Foo Fighters going against Paramore, Metallica, and Greta Van Fleet. Greta Van Fleet is a prior winner. So don't sleep on this person just because you don't know their name. But critics across the music industry thought the Foo Fighters were going to get an Album of the Year nomination. So I've narrowed it down to Paramore, Greta Van Fleet, and Foo Fighters. But I'm thinking Foo Fighters may take this one just because I'm not really familiar with rock categories like that. I have listened to some songs, but just from the sheer critical acclaim and the surpriseness that they didn't get a Grammy Album of the Year nomination, I'm going to go with the Foo Fighters. Best Country Solo Performance finds Chris Stapleton going against Dolly Parton, Luke Combs, Brandon Clark, and Tyler Childers. Luke Combs has a lukewarm relationship with the Grammys. He'll get nominated, but overlooked. Dolly is a Stapleton. I just don't know if that song will prove viable to be the ultimate winner. You'll see Brandon Clark and Tyler in multiple categories, But just because you're nominated in multiple categories don't always mean you're going to win. But ultimately, this guy has done amazing with his Grammy records. He's a past winner, and I love the song, so I'm ultimately probably internally rooting for the white horse. So I'm giving this to Chris Stapleton to walk out with the best country solo performance. I wouldn't be surprised if Dolly and I won now, okay? She done got a #1 album. She done played that little country. She played the halftime show at the Cowboys game. I'm not counting Dolly out, but I am giving it to Chris Stapleton. Best country duo group performance includes Carrie Purse and Chris Stapleton, Jelly Roll and Laney Wilson, Vince Gill and Paul Franklin, Zach Bryan and Casey Musgrove, and Dierks Bentley and Billy Strings. Now, this category I've wrapped my brain around. It's so hard. They're so good. This is a really strong country category. The Grammys love Casey Musgrove, all right? And they love Zach Bryan, even though the CMAs, Zach Bryan was a shutout. So this is very interesting. And then the one that was a CMA standout is a Grammy shutout. You just never know what the Recording Academy is going to do. Brother Osborne is a phenomenal group and has shown that they can win a Grammy. Vince Gill, strong. He has won multiple Grammys. And then Jelly Roll and Laney Wilson. Laney is shut out, even though she's a CMA throne. She's the CMA Entertainer of the Year. And Jelly Roll is the best new artist. So I narrowed it down to Jelly Roll and Zach Bryan and Brothers Osborne. And ultimately, I'm going to give it to Zach Bryan and Casey Musgrove because they love Casey. And that's actually a good song. You haven't heard it. It's doing well on the Billboard 100. So if the Recording Academy is not as eclectic into country as the rating percentage states, then they might need name recognition and what's happening on the country and the country charts and the Billboard charts in general. And they'll see I Remember Everything. So they'll probably select I Remember Everything. So I'm going to go with that as being the best country duo group performance winner. Best country song sees Buried going against I Remember Everything versus In Your Love versus Last Night and White Horse. And while Last Night was a phenomenal single, it has not been nominated in nothing else other than this category. And I'm betting it all back again on Zach Bryan and Casey Musgrove being the golden winner of this because it's Casey Musgrove. And every time she's nominated, she literally sweeps at the Grammys. So why not take your boy Zach with you and go ahead and take this Grammy with. Bringing us to Best Country Album. So Best Country sees Kelsey Ballerini, Brothers Osborne, Zach Bryan, Tyler Childs, and Laney Wilson all competing. I've narrowed it down to Tyler, Zach, and Laney. Even though Laney is not nominated in anything else, she did win CMA Album of the Year. The Grammys normally have a 40% history of agreeing with the CMAs and awarding the CMA Album of the Year with a Grammy. I don't think it's going to happen this year because he's nominated in every single category. I do think, and I am going to give it to Zach Bryan, but hopefully Laney wins and just proves that her album should have been the CMA Album of the Year. But I'm giving it to Zach. The last category that I'm going to go over is actually my favorite in this video. I love each and one of these artists. The music is phenomenal. That's why, global music, y'all gotta be eclectic and know what's happening in the world. This is the first ceremony that this award would be awarded. So this is going to be an inaugural winner. So, who are the nominees for Best African Music Performance? Well, you have Tyler, Aria Starr, Davido, and Netscape. Burna Boy and Davido are both nominees in global categories. That's big. Name recognition, right? Somebody who, the inaugural winner, probably want to be somebody to put some and some respect on that Grammy, right? Arya Starr has had a phenomenal, this song is great. If you have not heard Rush, you should go listen to it. It's a really good song. And Tyler has been taking over TikTok. The song is getting attention. For some people, they're saying it's burning out. For others, if you're looking at the Hot 100, she's rising. She's now in the top 10. Can that song keep going? You know what? If this is being an inaugural award, is the Grammy voters that eclectic or resonate with this music to actually know who to successfully pick? I don't know if they do. So my top three is Davido, Arya Starr, and Tyler. And why I truly believe Davido is probably the one that should walk away with this award, I'm ultimately going to pick Tyler because as we get closer to the Grammys cutoff, she and Water are on everybody's mind. You see it on TikTok. You see it on the Billboard Hot 100. She's interviewing. She's in your face. She's everywhere in America right now. And that may resonate and take precedence in the Grammy voters who may not be as eclectic into this category. And it's because it's the first category. But if Tyler should not win, ultimately Davido was my second choice. And then Burna Boy is my third. Even though I do love Arya Starr, I would not be shocked if she snuck in and took it. But the fact that she's missing from the nominations list and at the Grammys, other than this one, I don't think she's going to have enough to snatch the votes away from Davido and Burna Boy. And then Burna Boy and Davido are probably going to take each other's votes. Them taking each other's vote, they'll give Tyler that extra push or that extra ability to probably come out on top and snatch the inaugural award. Woo! All right, y'all. That was the first 15 categories of my 30 that I will be breaking down and telling you my predictions for the 2024 Grammy ceremony. Thank you for watching. What was your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What did you think about my thought process? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's have a conversation. I want to know what you're thinking about I want to know what you're thinking about with these 2024 Grammy nominees, and who do you think is going to win big at the 66th annual Grammys that will air February 4th. Until next time, peace, love, and happiness.